Hello everyone. Today we are going to be focusing on Module 1, Lesson 3. The objective for the end of our lesson is to interpret the meaning of factors, or the size of the group, or the number of groups. So a sprint, you did this on Seesaw the other day. We're going to wait to do our sprint when we're in person. Okay, so we're going to do a quick fluency practice, just reviewing what we learned in Lesson 2. So we're going to think back to our repeated addition, and we're going to think back to our arrays. So let's look at the pictures of the stars and the circles. So the first question says, how many groups are circled? Okay, well I count 1, 2, 3. Oh, let me make sure my pen's working. Oh, so I count 3 groups. The next question says, how many are in each group? I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 in each group. And since there's the same number in each group, they would be equal groups. So the next question says, write it as an addition sentence. So this would be our practice with our repeated addition. So if I know I have equal groups, I'm going to be adding the number in each group. So I have 5 plus 5 plus 5. So that's where we get the repeated part from, because the 5 is going to repeat itself 3 times because there's 3 groups. Okay, so I have 5 plus 5 plus 5. And in order to find my answer, I can skip count by 5s, which I know everyone's pretty familiar with. So we have, go ahead and count with me at home. We have 5, 10, 15. So 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 15. Next, it says, write a multiplication sentence representing 3 5s equals 15. So 3 5s. That's what we have right here in our repeated addition, but now we need to put it in a multiplication problem. So we would have 3 times, it's the symbol for multiplication, 5, or 3 groups of 5. Remember that X, our multiplication symbol, represents groups of. So 3 groups of 5 equals 15. Okay, so that's just a little review from the other day. You can always go back and watch our video from Monday if you need a little reminder on how we do repeated addition, multiplication sentences, and a repeated addition. Move on. Some of these things, my friends, if you're watching at home, some of these things we will go back and do in person because I want to see you do your work in person on some of these problems. Okay, so what I would like you to do is imagine that I ask 16 of you. So pretend we're a classroom of 16. And I would like you to divide yourselves into 4 equal groups in our classroom. So each group will stand in a corner of the room. So there are 4 corners in our room. Okay, so here's our classroom, and we're going to have 16 students. We're going to divide ourselves into 4 equal groups. Now, if there's equal groups, that means that each group will have the same number. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to put 1 person in each corner at a time. So here's a person in that corner, person in that corner, there, there. All right, so 4 people have separated themselves so far. Are we done? Nope, we have to get to 16. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8. Are we done? Nope, we still have to get to 16. 9, 10, 11, 12, still not there, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, we made it to 16. So now let's look at how many students are in each corner. So I count 4 over here, 4 over here, 4 over here, and 4 over here. So we have 4 students in each group. How many groups did we have? Think about how many corners are in our room. There's 4 corners in our room. So the number of equal groups we made are 4. So we have 4 equal groups of, and how many were in each group? 4. So this represents 4 groups of 4. So now we have to figure out our total. So we can do that by skip counting by 4s. Let's do it together. We have 4, 8, 12, 16. So 4 times 4, or 4 groups of 4, is 16. Okay, now this is a little bit different than what we did the other day. This is not set up in an array, so I drew a picture to represent my work. So we have 4 times 4 equals 16. So we're going to look at that a little bit closer. So the size of each group. So we had 4 groups of 4, there we go, equals 16. So these two numbers, the number of groups, which was 4, and the number in each group, which was also 4, are called factors. Everyone go ahead and say that word back. Factors. So 4 times 4 equals 16. So here's a factor, and here's a factor. So we're going to use the multiplication now, the multiplication problem, to draw an array. So like I said, on the last part, I just drew a picture, but I want us to go ahead and draw our array. So if we think about our problem, we know we have 4 groups of 4. And instead of groups of, I'm going to say 4 rows of 4, because in an array, we have rows. Okay, and remember, rows are like, go this way. So rows go side to side. Okay, so we're going to do 4 rows, and there's going to be 4 in each row. So I'm going to start by just doing 1 row of 4. See how it goes this way and not up and down? That is a row. So now I have 1 row of 4. I need to keep going. Okay, I have 2 rows of 4. Am I done? Nope, I need to keep going. I have 3 rows of 4. Am I done? Nope, I have to keep going. I have 4 rows of 4. Am I done? Okay, now I have 4 rows of 4. So that is our array. On the last slide, we drew a picture. This is our array because it's an organized group of circles or shapes. So now we're going to practice drawing something called a number bond. So this is another way that we can show our equation. So the first thing says, let's draw a circle with the class total. So from our last problem, what was our total number of students? Okay, we had 16 students total. So now we're drawing parts coming from the total. So the parts are kind of like the legs of, I like to say, like an octopus. So the parts are coming out of the total. So now we need to make 1 part to represent each row in our array. So let's think back to how many rows there were on the last problem. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. Okay, so that's being represented right here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 parts to our number bond. Okay, so that represents the number of rows. So now we need to write the factor representing the size of the group inside the circles. So let's look back at our equation. So we had 4 rows, and let's remember how many were in each row. 4. So we're going to put a 4 in each of the circles. So the circles represent the number in each row. And then we also have 4 rows, or 4 legs coming off of the number bond. Okay, so one last time, let's look at this equation. So we have 4, which represented the number of groups. We also had 4, which represented the size of the groups. And our total was 16. And who remembers what these two numbers are called right here? The number of groups and the size of groups are factors. It's a very important word for us to remember in multiplication. Factors, the two numbers you're multiplying together to find the total. Okay, so now we're going to have our problem set problems, which are on Seesaw, and you are going to be working through number 1, number 3, and number 5. Okay, so the first two, they're asking you, they'll show you pictures and ask you for the number of each group and the size of each group. And then you're going to solve, so you're going to need to fill in the blanks. And then on number 5, you're looking at this array here, and you're going to be writing a multiplication equation for the array. Then you're going to practice your number bond. Okay, so you're doing both A and B on number 5. Okay, great job, my friends. I know you can do it. When you start working on your problem set, I just want you to try your best and know that you can always ask questions, and we will go back over these when you are back with me in person. Have a great rest of your day.